Hello Glee fans, this is Shamus Kelley, here with your Opinionated Glee review of Season 2, Episode 18, Born This Way. Yes, it is Episode 18. So this episode, this is the, I guess I would say, the long-awaited 90-minute episode of Glee, and unlike the episode, I think it was Original Songs 2 episodes ago, this one took its time. With 90 minutes, it didn't feel rushed. It had good pacing, and you got to see more of a focus on more characters. You didn't get to see everyone, but you got to see more than we usually do. And unlike that Original Songs episode, with 90 minutes, it just felt like it could tell a longer story, a much better story in that regards. In that, well, let's put it this way: I wish Glee was 90 minutes every week. Now I know that's pretty much impossible. You can't keep doing a 90-minute show for especially 22 to 25 episodes a year. It's pretty darn near impossible. Although I guess it could work, but it would just take a lot of financial finagling. Forgive me, I have a cold. But this episode, what did I like about this episode? I liked, well, from what we got to learn a little bit more about Tina, although we'll probably forget that this character trait they introduced for her about her wanting to be some Asian sex symbol or whatever. We'll totally forget about that in a little while. But for now, it's pretty good. I like it now. The one scene that I think stuck out most for me in this episode was the scene where, I think her name is Lauren, I'm not sure, the rather bigger girl, is going up to Quinn, and she's, telling her about her past and how she, how Quinn used to be, I can't remember her other name, but she used to be like, a lot like her. The direction of the scene was beautiful with the way the angle was shot. It was very tilted, and when she, found out that everyone in the school had found out, you could feel Quinn's emotion, the way it was directed, edited, everything. Awesome. Great. And then what else about this episode? Kurt comes back to the school. I actually need to address something here. A lot of people I've seen online, just from the places I've gone, they feel like they say the show is becoming the Kurt show, and how Kurt's like a Mary Sue, how, he does everything perfect. He's perfect. Kurt isn't perfect. He just came back to the school, so everyone's happy. He's there, and he had the one song, and, people just feel like it's centered around him. Critics like Kurt. He's got a lot of positive reviews. His character has got a lot of positive reviews. I mean, Chris Colfer's won a whole bunch of awards for his portrayal of Kurt. So, of course, they're going to put a little more focus on him because he's popular. People want to see popular characters. But that also leads to another problem with the show, is that even with 90 minutes, they still couldn't focus on all the characters. Glee has too many characters. Sam is a new character this season. We still don't know that much about him, and he got a little bit in this episode. Certainly not anything in the last episode. He was just sort of there, which is, it's not good when the show has at least over 10 to 12 or even probably more than that main characters. I mean, some people complain, where was, Sue this week? Well, they can't use her all the time because then her impact becomes that much lessened. And it's just, how to put this? The show needs to shed some characters, and very quickly, because they're going to keep introducing more characters. I don't even know if they had planned for Lauren. I'm really sorry if I'm forgetting her name. If they had planned for her to become as much of a main character as she has, but she is. And, the songs this episode were good. I liked Kurt's song, good singer. I can't remember the song, what it is for the life of me, but I liked it. I liked the mashup they did. That was good. The ending song, their cover of Born This Way, I loved. It was a group song, which they haven't actually done that much this season. They used to do them a lot more in the first season, but, everybody got to sing. They featured Tina singing for a little while. Yay! She gets focus. That's always fun, because they really just haven't given her that much focus at all. But also the thing is that it just shows them coming together as a group, and I like seeing that. And also it was good to see that, Santana had herself separated when she's trying to accept herself. She seems very accepting when she's talking to Karofsky about being a lesbian, but when she finally gets to, everyone's up there and they're, basically portraying themselves like that up on stage, she's very much back there and she doesn't want to accept herself yet. So it's good that they're taking their time with that. I like that Glee will occasionally take its time with some things, and when it takes its time, it helps it build for the audience and for the characters too, and that's what I like about that. And if I had to grade this episode, before I grade it, I should also say some people said this episode felt like it was just padding with the 90 minutes. I don't think so. I think every scene really added to it. It got to, like I said, it helped the episode to breathe. It wasn't rushing. it felt like a good 90-minute episode. We're more like 60-something or other, taking the commercials and all that. But to grade this episode, if I had to grade this episode, I give it a pretty solid, I'd give it 8 out of 10. I don't know if I'm keeping my grading scale consistent or not, but it's a pretty solid 8 out of 10 for me. Maybe even a 9. It's, you know, was it the greatest episode of all time? No. Was it a good episode? Yes. Very good, very solid Glee. Well, Glee when it's good. Sometimes there's solid when Glee is bad, but this is a solid, good Glee episode. And I'm excited for next week's episode. So until then, thanks for watching.